Hello friends, and welcome back to Dishonored 2, You Only Live Once. In the last episode, we used the Temporal Prime Directive as a chew toy, changing the past so drastically that Aramis Stilton's mind was healed, Megan's maimed body was made whole, and Bitcoin became a sound investment. Okay, I made that last part up. No amount of temporal shenanigans can make that happen. But Aramis Stilton is indeed now a sane and stalwart ally, and he gave us some useful intel about the Grand Palace, which is where we need to go next in order to track down Duke Abel and the occult secret that he's keeping for Delilah. And although I complained that most of the bone charms in Stilton's mansion were underwhelming, the game really made me eat my words by the end of that, because the last two charms that I found were Strong Arms and Undertaker, both of which I of course immediately crafted into 4X versions to make them as powerful as possible. Now, between episodes, I took a few moments to rearrange my bone charms so that their placement makes more sense to me and I can find them quickly, which is one reason I'm here in the menu. The other reason is that because at the end of the last episode, I noticed that the officer down at the end of this alley is in a great position to be taken out, and I want to get him and possibly one other guard before they wander off while I'm talking. So, let's get that done, shall we? That's going to require some immediate action here. I'm going to start walking almost immediately, and they're now both facing away, so... okay. Let's get this done. Okay, now let's get him into a carry and take advantage of the warp speed buff from Undertaker. Outstanding. I'm going to choke this guy out so that he does not create a fuss about the bodies I'm going to be dragging back here. Just look at how fast that choke is. That's insane. Strong Arms is just nuts when you 4X it. And we managed to do that without drawing attention from the other guards. That's fantastic. Yeah, look at how fast we're sneaking around with this body in hand. It's just amazing. That's what happens when you stack speed buffs. But okay. Nope, didn't even need to do that. So, of course, Void Favor procced. Alright, there's going to be a handful of valuables in here. Nothing much, but it does all add up. And just leave those guards down there to their own devices.
Help me if you can.
And try not to eat the food accidentally. Or
do you?
give the beggar coins accidentally.
I guess not.
God, that makes me sound terrible. No, don't talk about yourself that way, man. Alright, what do we got for a Blackbone charm? Familiar scent. Ooh, nice, nice, nice. That, there's parts earlier that would have been more useful for. What it does is make it so that dogs won't aggro you by scent. You can sneak around nearby them. But alright, let's see. There's always, you know what, how am I on powers right now? I do not have any runes, but we'll get to that. Okay. Ah, yes, there's one up there. And I think that is most of it in here. Yeah, looks like. Alright, where are these guards at? Oh, this is perfect timing, okay. Alright,
That sounded like broken glass.
that could have been done better. Now I'm going to have to stop time again in order to take care of this guard up here. At least then I don't have to wait for his conversation to finish. And just to make sure that this civilian does not create a fuss, we'll do the same to him. Alright. Messier than I would have liked, but got the job done. Let's just pull these back here in case anyone wanders down. Okay. Oh, it's just a rewire tool. That's right. Okay. Gate code, however, this is useful. 907. We're going to need that. Also, a useful piece of information, a hint if you didn't know it, about the fact that Grand Guard wanted to keep a copy of this guy's apartment key on hand at all times because his apartment key overlooks a sensitive area. And we'll get to that, of course. But for now, okay.
You bet.
The watchtower is looking the other way.
Miss that.
Let's just rob these nice people.
Yes.
You gentlemen don't mind, right?
No, you bastard.
It's for the realm. Okay, what was that gate code? 907? 907. I apologize if my voice had dimmed out. I was leaning back a bit further than I probably should have done.
No exceptions. Either you have the code, or I assume something's off. My boss's orders. You know I won't do this. You're wasting time.
And if you did not already have the gate code, she would have it, but she also has the delivery boat key. Now that's an interesting bit there. We'll get to that in a minute. For now, I want to slip into this outsider shrine here and avail myself of the treats within.
I know what you're after. The heart you carry can only hold one spirit at a time. So, if you want to walk out with a piece of Delilah, you better be ready to leave something behind.
They're still being a bit coy about exactly what that means, but let's face it, by now we'd all pretty much figured it out, I think. Not too hard to sort out what they might have meant. Now, I mentioned before in previous episodes that there's a reason I don't rob most of the black market shops, and that I'd explain when we got to that point. Well, we're here. If you rob more than one black market shop before this mission, you have invested the shopkeeper with an entirely reasonable concern that he's going to be next, and he asks the Howlers for protection. As a consequence, rather than these delightful street musicians and their audience, this whole square is filled with Howlers, with more of them waiting in ambush here inside the shop. And what do we get for robbing the black markets? Mainly just money, really, which is nice, but it's also fungible, and as you've probably noticed, if you're taking care to thoroughly explore and loot the maps, by about halfway through the game, you'll have more money than you really need. So, in my opinion, it's just not worth it, really. It's not. Now, let's see.
Please, come right in. I'm sure you're an honest and respectful customer with coin to spin.
Yes, we'll pretend that that's the case. The main thing I want here is the disabled carriage rails, and I'm glad it didn't bug out this time. Sometimes it does.
A deal well made.
I'll grab a potion as well, and I think I'll grab a stun mine, but I'll leave the rest for now. We will be coming back here, however, in the same vein that we did with the, in the Clockwork Mansion, because there's an upgrade that I want to get in the Duke's Palace that will make the rest of it an insanely, well, make the rest of it a lot easier. Now, let's see. And no need to buy replacement incendiaries. They're all right here. Oh, probably should not have bought that potion either. Okay, we'll just get away from those two Howlers. They're the ones who are, they're the only ones who are always there. And then let's slip upstairs. And for now, we'll ignore that bloodfly nest. Now, obviously, I could roll the dice on the sleep darts, but since there's a water source right here, and the wall lights down too. Now let's top off a bit. There we go. Much better shape. Now, it's possible that turning off the wall of light might get the attention of some guards. That's fine. The question is, have the guards robbing the black market boats come up here yet? Okay, I think if this guy was in here, I'd see him through the door now. Okay, we're fine. And nobody's coming up. Oh, looks like they haven't gotten back with the loot yet. So, the boat that I choked out the two guys on in the beginning, they have a lot of loot there, but the door that the loot is locked in, well, the key is on that woman that I took it from earlier. And what's going to happen between then and now is that some guards are on their way back here with all that loot. And I'd actually rather not be there once they get here. It is actually possible, as I recall, to run into them on their way back as well. Okay. Should be fine to run up here. So while we're waiting for them to get back with the loot, let's deal with the watchtower. And before turning it off, I mentioned there's a couple howlers over there. Let's get their attention. And in a moment here, when this watchtower pans back, it's going to notice this howler. Or one of them at any rate. And they are in for a very, very bad time.
Come on, let's have a fair fight.
If by a fair fight you mean shot in the face with rockets, sure, let's have a fair fight. And her buddy should be coming running. Oh, unless he got caught in the splash. Either he's incredibly oblivious or he got caught in the splash. And, well, if he is over there, that guard's going to take care of it, so my work here is done. And let's take care of the very dangerous whale oil. Missed with that one, but that's fine. I got one back anyway. Just a handful of coins in here. And a rune. Oh, and that means I have 3 now. So, I am happily going to take the Dark Vision Objects upgrade. I won't be using it a whole lot to find loot. Oh, forgot about them. I was going to say, I won't be using it too often to find loot, but it's very handy for detecting where clockworks are at times. Alright, now that that's all taken care of, let's see. Got a nice painting of Dowd, and apparently he had some admirers. That's quite charming. And like all fans, they disagree on their interpretation of canon, but, you know, that's gonna happen. Alright. How are we set for enemies down here? Okay, so he's probably done inspecting those dead howlers, and he's going back to what he was doing, and I believe there is also an officer over there. I believe she's usually standing right about there, but she might be wandering now as well. Now, we don't have to worry about the watchtower anymore. Let's see, is there anyone immediately nearby? Doesn't look like. Oh, they're still not back. Wonder what's going on. Okay. Oh, that's fine. Okay. I was about to go, Okay, that scared the hell out of me. So that is the incendiaries for these 2 traps out here going off. I'm not sure why they chose just that moment to do so. I have a theory, though. Oh, hi. It's just a civilian. They're fine. Okay, now how do I want to handle this? Well, now that we're no longer concerned with the incendiaries, I believe there's some coin in here. That's fine. And... okay, then. That howler apparently just does not care about the plight of his poor rocket-faced friend. That's great. You can go have a nap. Okay, and then what about guards? I think they're all on the other side. Anyway, I will have her apartment key. The main reason I think that those two howlers are there and not dynamic like the others is because one of them at least has to be there in order to drop this apartment key if you kill her. And you can also just blink up here if you like. And as I recall, there's actually not a whole lot up here that's special, just a fair bit of coin. So let's try out that item vision real quick here. Oh yeah, we got a valuable snuff box here, pearl fan. I'd have Sip Heathers. And I think all the rest of that, yeah, that's just a healing potion. That's all healing stuff. Right, excellent. I think before I run out of here, you have no running water. That's outstanding. Okay. Oh, no, wait, I'm wrong. I'm just completely blind. All right. Now, given that I'm pretty sure those guards are going to be over there on the other side now, how do we want to do this? Obviously, I could just stop time and run up on them, but I like to do that as little as possible. I feel like it's probably not that interesting. It's like an I win button, you know? Okay. So I think we're going to wait until he starts pathing back. Probably could have dropped on if I'd been quick, but got the job done either way. Okay. I think we are almost done with the enemies on this map, but there are a couple of guards up in one of the rooms up here, I believe. Let's see. Is it in this one? Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a... I don't know. Cats and dogs living together? That's... I mean, your slippers, man. Your slippers. Alright. And again, we could stop time with these guys, but they've provided us a handy chloroform bottle, so why don't we make use of it?
That sounded like broken glass. A body? Here? Probably nothing, but... Alright, let me take a look around.
Whoa, hi. That was quite strange. Usually I get at least 2 of them, if not all 3. Huh, okay. Must have just been where they happened to be as wandering around. But that worked well enough. I'm glad that I got the faster choke, though. Oh. Really?
What was it?
Apparently I don't remember this area as well as I thought I did, so that's outstanding. So maybe take a bit more care here. However, I am about 99% certain that there are no enemies in this building. In fact, I think there are no further enemies on this particular map until we go to the Grand Palace. But all the same... Oh. You know, I feel quite silly. Because I was sitting back there talking about, hey, you know this shopkeeper who has an apartment overlooking the Palace District? And the Grand Guard wanted to get access to his apartment because they thought that was a security risk. Wouldn't it be great if we got that? Yeah, wouldn't it be great if we got that key that he has? I wonder where that key could possibly be. The key of the shopkeeper. The shopkeeper that we knocked out in his shop. Where could his key possibly be? Could it possibly be in the cash register that I opened and did not loot? Maybe. Maybe. I just don't know. Anyway. Now that that's all sorted out, I believe we can...
Are you worried someone might recognize you?
You might say that. I think we can leave them alone, however. They've already freaked out any that they were going to over the existing bodies, and we're not responsible for anything further. Just want to make sure that I grab a few last bits and pieces. Though I don't necessarily need to be 100% thorough because we will be coming back. Alright, key in hand, let's see what the shopkeeper has for us. Now for one, he's got another blueprint, which is always welcome. Some more copper wire. Apparently all the bath salts in the aisles. This guy's a fan. And a 100% useless bone charm. Outstanding. Alright then. Now, this combination. This guy is, he's not so savvy for a safe maker. This is one of, I think, 3 combinations in the game that are always the same, not randomized. And it's because of textures that the codes are written on. Although I imagine they could have, made that dynamic just like the number textures in that one apartment. But okay, I think that is all that we need to loot for now. So let's head on over to the Grand Palace. Okay, let's see what we got here.
You bet I am.
Just leave them to their conversation for the moment. It's going to keep them fixed in place for about a minute here.
Collect the fees we want, give out the beatings when they're needed.
Just don't want my kids growing up here. It's too dangerous.
Then reapply next month. The command staff changes constantly. New officers, new rules. And spread a few coins here and there among the officers.
Okay, he's about to get up, and as soon as he is facing past this guy... There we go. And I'll have that back.
I miss swimming. That was good, you know. Some of us used to give lessons at Anomaly. Back when it was open.
Now, what we don't want to do is sleep dart this guy here by the edge. Unfortunately, that's not going to end well, and I think you can probably figure out why.
Guess so. I don't miss frying hagfish.
So let's just pull him back a safe distance from the water. And that is that. Okay. I believe that is all the enemies out in this area here, this first starting area. Unfortunately, I think that's about all there is for anything else as well. I believe aside from that whale oil that we got over there, this is really not a place for loot. They don't want you lingering. So, okay. And with the carriage rails off, of course, we can just run right across them. Saves a bit of time going through the animation.
I can feel her presence.
No, not at all. But how do you know which one is the Duke? I don't know where they found that guy with the political decoy job. But he looks and acts just like the Duke. I can't tell them apart.
There are subtle differences.
All right. Assuming you can pick out Duke Luca,
I believe out here there are 2 or 3 guards and an officer.
He's got in that vault. We'll be halfway to Bristol and rich before he's nursing the next day's hangover.
They're just going to be kissing here for a moment. As soon as they separate, we'll move.
You sure he always keeps the key with him?
I'm sure. We'll do it tomorrow night when there's only one squad scheduled for patrol. Just be ready.
The palace. Maybe I can find another way to neutralize the Duke.
Excellent. Okay. Should be far out of the sight of anyone who comes even remotely near.
Nope. As long as it's not me, I don't care. It's never any fun.
I'm not sure it's worse, the Duke or
Okay. That clue is hinting that one of the dukes, so to speak, maybe in the quarters. For those who don't know, the location that both the Duke and the Double are each in is randomized every playthrough. This is my favorite approach to get in here. It's completely unopposed. There's virtually no chance of discovery as long as you just keep your cool and move carefully. And it gets you just right in here, right in front of the Duke's quarters. Now, for the moment, it is safe to come in here. There is, I believe, an officer guarding him, but that officer will be asked to leave momentarily. And as we stop and listen, we might get some hints as to whether this is the real Duke or his double.
Never-ending paperwork. What's the point of being my father's son if I have to slave away like this?
Okay, that is absolutely the real Duke. I'm fairly certain of it. That's a voice line that it's playing because he thinks he's privileged.
We work harder, and we come from better families.
If you listen to the double, his voice lines will be considerably different, as you might imagine. He's a much more likable fellow. Alright, come on. It takes a minute, but he's going to trigger and tell his guard to go away.
Sometimes a man just needs time by himself.
Here we go.
My responsibilities lay upon me.
Okay, so we're going to watch and wait for the officer to be past that first planter. Wait until he's absolutely out of sight. Alright. There we go. Why did you turn around just then? Astonishing. I've never seen him do that before. He's always looking out over the way for a little while. But I guess it depends on the timing. But alright. So let's go confront the Duke. What we're not actually going to do is talk to him. Because he's the real Duke, he will play along as if he is the double. The conversation will play out pretty much identically.
Who are you? I'm intrigued.
But the moment you're done talking with him, he's going to just casually walk off like nothing's wrong, and then trip the alarm.
This must be the key to the Duke's vault.
And if you don't catch one of the voice lines or you don't want to trust that, you can also use the heart.
He's nothing like his father. Another tedious meeting. Endless complaints from miners about the conditions below. He signs the papers to hurry things along, barely glancing at them. Oh, how his writing hand cramps.
You got a feel for the man. His writing hand.
His brother died on the dirty streets of Dunwall, struck down in his youth.
And there's 100% confirmation, because if you read through all the lore that you can find, you'll find out about an incident in his youth when he and his brother were just boys, when he basically ordered his guards to set upon some street rats and kill them. And, well, those street rats happened to be Megan and her childhood friend. And her childhood friend died, but Megan broke a gazelle's head carving off of the cart. Oops. And essentially used it to kill Luca's brother. So, they have some past history, you might say. But yes, that is 100% the real Duke, and I'm happy to have knocked him out. So now, let's turn our attention to everyone else. We'll just leave him there for the moment. Is there anything else I want to grab? No, I got the coins and stuff. And let's see, who's in here? Guard and a maid.
Of course, the Duke
That's
gets
normal.
some clockwork soldiers for himself.
wonder if there's extra guards. If it is, the Duke might be in here.
Tea's too hot, the bath's too cold, my vest has a wrinkle. Do it yourself then if it's gotta be so bleeding perfect.
Okay, I think I've seen enough for the moment. Okay, not the Duke. Oh, I say the Duke. I would actually mean his body double. Blade conversion. That is the primary upgrade that we came here for. I'll explain why when we get to it. Okay, we're good there. And still have to be quiet here to not trip the Clockwork Soldier, but safe code 107, all right? Let's just head back here and sneak our way down these stairwells. Absolutely nobody comes in here or patrols unless they're disrupted by you. Or by something else, but there's no one to disrupt anyone in here. Just in case, let's see what they do from here.
We make more here in Karnaca with on-the-spot taxes.
Maybe. It is nice having discretionary jurisdiction here. Less paperwork.
Can't recall offhand what they do when they separate.
You don't think they have gangs up in Tibia? It's dark for half the year up there. Trust me, you're better off.
Oh, he's coming this way. Okay. Almost guaranteed that he would see me when he walked past there. Okay. And here we are to a secret.
Let's see what Duke of Bell keeps hidden away in here.
The answer is quite a lot of goodies, including the other upgrade we came here for. Not to mention some coin.
Vault.
Indeed, we won't unlock that quite yet, though. Let's see, we've got a bone charm. Leech cuts, completely useless. In fact, it's one of those I literally cannot equip, because otherwise I would be unable to deal sword damage to anyone because it would heal me. No, not happening. Let's have a quick drink here to top off our mana. Hello, rat friends. Oh, like I said, no one comes in here into these hallways unless they are given a reason to wander. And then right back out the way we came. Just as with the Clockwork Mansion, I think it is completely worth going back for both of these upgrades. It only takes a minute or two, but the advantages they both give you are incredible. It occurs to me while I'm back here, I should probably check real quick and see whether the guards with that loot ever actually did come. They did, in fact, come back. One of them, anyway. And for some reason, he was just coming out right then. I'm not sure what happened here, but it was not my fault. It wasn't my fault, right? Yeah, it was totally not my fault. Sorry about that. And this area should still be safe. I do not believe that anything... I say that it is completely safe, and then what the hell was that? Okay, so I have a theory about why these incendiaries keep going off for no well-explained reason. My theory is that these are triggers that are not set up properly. I think that for whatever reason, the Howlers set these off, but because the player was not actually anywhere nearby, that the scripting for them did not fire for some reason. And I've seen this happen as well in the last level, in a place where there's supposed to be a trap set for the player. If you try to set off the traps prematurely with explosives or what have you, they simply won't go off, but they'll suddenly magically go off if you get close to them.
I'm sure you're an honest and respectful customer with coin to spin.
Yes, I am exactly that.
Ah, you want blueprints for better weaponry.
And I think it is about time to get a bunch of miscellaneous upgrades that have been putting off. It's actually somewhat useful, potentially, to be able to make witches flee. I'll take these explosive bullets as well. But here's the real game changer. I don't think I need to explain just how important it is to make less sound, both when running and when sprinting. So let's have that. Monkey Wrench. The description says, deal sword damage to clockwork soldiers. And I feel like this was not a great choice of words, because when I read that, my reaction was along the lines of, that'll be great in the non-existent scenario when it's a good idea to get into a sword fight with clockworks. As it turns out, that's not how it works. Monkey Wrench allows you to stealth assassinate unaware clockwork soldiers. Assassinate. It's the sole reason I had that click to assassinate prompt at all, and it means that dealing with them safely is no longer a significant issue. You can also choose the option that gives you more damage against witches, but if you're trying to be stealthy, that is not the play.
What hurts more? My feet or my neck? They're running me to an early grave.
Let's see if we can figure out where the body double is. And there are a variety of locations, and this office was one of them. I don't think... No, there would be a... Made caught a glimpse of me, but that's fine. No, there would be more people in there if the Duke was in that room. That's fine. Just take care of that little inconvenience. Edit that out. Oh, hi. Okay. Oh, he's going for help. Okay, no, that's not happening. He's not getting the prompt. Okay. That could have been done so much better. And we've got Delilah's diary here. And surprise, surprise, spoiler alert, she's nuts.
If the old Duke could only see this. Wasteful expense.
I think they're down right below me.
Flesh.
And such terrible wines. At least he knew better than to serve Tyrion with hang.
Okay, well, we don't need to be present for while they're talking to each other. I actually want them to separate, so we'll just let that happen. And actually, I think the thing that I want to ensure I do next is take out the other clockwork. It paces back and forth around here. Oh, fantastic. It is in the perfect position. Okay. This is why we got Monkey Wrench.
New machines and new ideas.
You'd think that would gather some attention, but really, it's quote-unquote stealthy.
The old woman living in the alley behind my apartment died the other night. Did I tell you? The Grand Guard took her yarn shop, thanks to one of the Duke's new decrees, and her drinking will was tainted.
I saw that guy over there, but he's not going to take notice from that quick glimpse. I believe we should be clear to travel a little more swiftly. Okay, let's see. I believe there's a couple of folks right below us, right? Oh no, I'm thinking over here. Yeah, this is the place. Let's see, how do I want to deal with these two? Actually, I think like so.
I don't think so.
Oh, I must have just barely caught a clue that I didn't hear. Delivering food to the Duke's quarters tonight. Yep, we've been to the Duke's quarters. We're good. Okay, let's see. Is he in here? He is. And just to confirm, let's take a heart reading on him.
The paperwork tires his eyes, but he reads it all. After his duties are done, he'll enjoy a quiet moment on the balcony with a cigar.
And there's our complete confirmation, because we know the double is a smoker. And momentarily, he's going to dismiss everyone. And until everyone is settled in their routines, I don't want to make a move. So for now, let's go deal with the guard captain. Oh, no, this is the wrong area. I got mixed up here. I don't know these later levels as well as I do some of the earlier ones. Uh-oh. That sounded like someone saw a body. And I have a suspicion I might know where they did.
I'll check around here.
Okay. So someone has been alerted. I think what happened is that someone caught a glimpse of this woman here. So just to prevent any further upset, I'm going to take her elsewhere. I was going to say, I know the early levels of Dishonored 2 extremely well. These later ones, obviously, I have not been through quite as often. So there's a lot of bits that I'm not 100% sure about. That's okay, we'll deal with that as it comes. Now, unfortunately, because someone has been alerted to any degree whatsoever, it means that I can no longer take it for granted that people are in their normal spawns and patterns. That concerns me a little. Okay, well by now the Duke's body double should have told his guards to go away. And it's unfortunate that he was in this spot. This is one of my least favorites to have to deal with him cleanly.
How strange it is to see my face on all the coins in Zirconis and not be able to spend a single one.
Yep, that sure sounds like the double to me. The problem is that I can't afford to alert the double, which means that I need to get the guards out of the way and dealt with without him noticing. And with as much as he paces around, I think about the only way I'm going to be able to reliably do that is with stop time. Okay, so let's do... I think if I climb up on here, yeah, I should be able to get the drop. Provided to do it right. Okay. Okay, yeah, I think what I want to do here... Some sleeping guards out here, but there is an alert one. So let's be ready to snipe him.
It must be nice to be on the Duke's payroll.
Not tonight, it's not. Oh, what's that have to say? Oh, yeah. Duke's quarters. We know about the Duke's quarters. We're good. Okay, and then for the guys out here, where are they at right now? Oh, what I just over here? Yet another reminder about the Duke's quarters. You know what? I think we're covered. I think we are covered. Let's see, there's going to be at least a guard and an officer out here, I think, right? 2 officers, okay. Yeah, and the guard over there, but he doesn't wander around a whole lot. It's these 2 officers we got to worry about. Okay. Trying to think of a clever way to do this without having to dabble into stop time any further, but... at the very least, I'm going to have to use stop time in order to get past the arc pylon here. So... You know what? The officers are both facing that way. It's fine. Let's get this done. There we go. Cutscene time.
No offer to bow.
And that has gotten past the aggro point.
I'm not that kind of visitor.
A mystery. Let's have it then. Who are you and what do you want?
You know what, my chap? I think... No, I know you're the Duke's body double.
You're the Duke's double, aren't you? I'm here to take him down, but I might need your help. Do you want to listen to what I have to say?
All right, you've figured it out. But if you're not here to assassinate the Duke, what do you want?
I have no doubt that you'd be a more agreeable Duke than Luca Abel. If I wanted to depose him without having to cut out his heart, could you convince people that you are the Duke?
That's bold, I have to admit it's crossed my mind. If people believed that I was actually Duke Abel, and that he was the political decoy, we could have him committed for lunacy. We could convince everyone that the Double's finally lost his mind, and believes he's the Duke. I've spent years perfecting my performance. But there's a catch. He's got a medallion that I need. Even if I sound convincing, which should be the easy part, his Grand Guard officers will ask to see the medallion as proof. Luca never puts it aside.
All right. It shouldn't take me long. Once it's done, I'll be leaving the city. Soon after, I'll send instructions from Dunwall, and I'll expect a great deal of flexibility and cooperation on your part. There's still time to pull Serkonos back from the edge of the cliff. we can undo the damage Duke Abel has inflicted.
I'd like that. But I'll guide Serkonis in the ways I see fit for the people here, not as the hand-chosen puppet of your empire. If you agree with that, just render the Duke unconscious and bring him to his chambers. I'll handle the rest.
Way ahead of you, my man. Way ahead of you. Let's see. Bird of prey. That's not great. Okay. Well, before I take the chance on one of those officers turning around, let me slip out of here.
Don't look so disappointed. It's not about marriage. The inner circle is packed with the Duke's pets.
Look, Spittles. At least I'm not one of them.
Exactly. And think.
Okay. I want their conversation to finish so that they can separate. While we're doing that. Ooh, a little choke and rob. And let's head into the first captain's office. Now beware, these two guards in here are sleeping, not unconscious. So let's correct that slight oversight. I'll take advantage of some free mana. And you can sit. And yeah, we know he's in his chambers. Thanks. And of course we got the guard captain's safe code, but I don't recall what it is. What is it? Yeah, 107. Oh, good luck. And there is another rune. How many does that make right now? 1. Okay, that's fine. I think once I get another one, I'll want to grab the routes upgrade for dark vision, but that's fine for now. And apart from all of that, there's a bunch of resupplies over here. Actually, I'm good on bullets. But the rest of this I will happily top off. But alright, we've made some huge progress today. I want to apologize for the delays in my schedule lately. I've got a lot going on in my life at the moment, and it's making it tough to set aside uninterrupted time to record a full episode. I actually had to do this one a bit at a time, getting up and taking breaks when I stopped to move between maps to deal with stuff. Also, for fans of my Anomaly content, I wanted to give you a quick update on the next series. I'm in the middle of developing a set of custom mods for the ISG run. Mods aimed at enhancing Stalker's stealth gameplay, providing an incentive to keep your head down and be as sneaky-breaky as possible while providing a downside to getting into loud firefights. No, the other downside. I mean, aside from that. I'm really leaning into the theme of a lone special operative on a mission to infiltrate the zone, expanding on Haruka's skills system to add an infiltration skill, which, similar to Skyrim or Fallout, increases over time by sneaking near enemies or performing stealth kills. In return, it reduces suit visibility and stealth, and increases the amount of suspicion it takes for NPCs to notice your disguise. I'm also using the system to track a new metric that I call heat. Heat increases by doing things that draw attention or suspicion to yourself, or otherwise make other stalkers suspect that you may not be quite what you seem. Mainly things like having your disguise blown, being noticed killing other stalkers, fighting in the arena, or failing tasks. Heat decays over time, and you can reduce it by successfully completing tasks, killing mutants, helping the wounded, or just keeping your head down. But when the heat is up, stalkers see through your disguise more quickly, helicopters begin patrolling, and more hit squads spawn. If I sound excited about it, it's because I am. The catch is that this is a very complex system, and it's going to take a lot of playtesting. Dishonored 2 has a couple more episodes left until the finale, and once it's done, I'll be bringing Slava Pumpkin back out for a few further adventures in order to preview the new system and work the bugs out of it. So I hope you're looking forward to that as much as I am. If you enjoyed this video, please do all the YouTube stuff, like and subscribe, comment below. It helps get this video in front of people who like the same things you do. Please also check out the channel of my good friend Blondie over at Blondfire. If you need your Anomaly Challenge run fix, he's got you covered. Until next time, thank you very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.